Hey, welcome back, Binder and UA fans, for another episode of building up Heinous the Adventurall, our 2026 project for Unreal Adventure. Corlib is in the house. Kory and Caleb got him here. They're here to help out and get a bunch of work done. So, yeah, thanks for coming, guys.
Yeah.
We're slave labor at its best.
Yeah. Slave labor at its best.
Yeah.
Uncle Jeff uses us like rented mules. We love it. We keep coming back for more. Just a good time.
And coincidentally, it was exactly 1 year ago to the day that the guys were here to help work on Cheap Scout and Patriot Scout. So great to have you guys back. What I've got going on for the guys today is get the axles completely wrapped up front and back. The front axle just needs to be just taken out, some of the stuff stripped off it, everything welded up, and then get the ARB line relocated, because these axles are not designed for leaf spring people. They're designed for link suspension people. So what about us spring guys, Dana? I know, you guys it's set up for it. Back, same deal, bunch of finish welding, get the truss on, move some links around a little bit, but pretty much and get the ARB line also installed. So I really need, like, man, I'd be just stoked to get the two axles like 100% ready to go, where all I gotta do is throw some paint on them and bolt them back in, and some bonus work, like we're gonna probably end up stripping the cage out and some other stuff.
I gotta say, now that I've sat in the rear seats, they were worth carrying all through.
That's right.
You gotta see these seats. They are beautiful. This thing is really a work of art. It's awesome.
I can't wait. I can't wait.
Even though I won't be riding in it, I still will get a ride in it at some point.
That's
so
right.
I'm excited.
Absolutely. It's either you either get to ride it or it's gonna ride you.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Well, let's get to it, and then I'll keep updating Joe on what we did, and we'll go from there. All right, axle out.
Don't forget to critique us in the comments. Yeah.
All right, so on the last episode, we were putting on the sliders, and I had like one leg in and a couple legs in, and I put one in. I did the other side. I got the next one in. I had to throw a couple little bends in it here. And then I did a roll cage mount for this B-hoop right here. And it goes underneath to the frame, and that one's tied in solid. And I got one more I was doing, these two rear ones. I actually bent this to go in this way, and it fits perfect. However, in the way of the tire, it's not going to work. I just happened to wander out this morning and kind of like reversed my plan, and I think it's going to fit, actually still fit in there this way with just a hair of trimming, and then it'll be inside over here, hopefully a little more. Well, I'm going to cut this and keep working on those. Got the boys up there, they're ripping that front axle out to get that going, and that's where we're at.
I think I'm pretty happy with this one finally. It's pretty much good enough. Gives me enough room to get the both nuts in here. This one's a little harder to get to. But I'm not going to weld it in yet. I'm going to keep it out so I can try to make one for the other side now. So trying to make hopefully not another mistake, but a correct part that fits.
All right, what we're doing right now, taking the U-bolts out. We got a fit for the U-bolt. It's a little too wide on the axle. We're gonna grind down in there, and we're gonna put it up. But we're taking the axle out. We're gonna weld it later. So we're making sure we tack those pads for the leaves right where they belong. They already had one tack each, but we're hard on things. We could hit it, it'd fall off, and now we gotta start from square one again. It ain't worth it. So we're just tacking it in so that way it's not gonna fall off on us. Let's see, we got a grind right here. You can see Jeff's already started on it, but the U-bolt goes right up here, and it doesn't go in far. It won't come up far enough because we're still a little wide right here. It's spreading the U-bolt. We got to get it to come up to here and sit in this notch he's already started to make.
A little grinding action right here.
We'll get a die grinder, get in there, and just make it all good. And then notice this. This is where the leaf sits. The leaf comes down. You see this air fitting? This is made for people running links, JKs, stuff like that. So we're gonna have to plug this hole, which is probably 1/8 or 1/4 pipe. I can't quite tell from here. And then we're gonna look for a spot we can put it in. If all else fails, we can put it in the cover, like right about there. But the goal is to keep it protected. So if we can do anything to keep it up by this ear where it's got a little bit of protection from bushes, brush, stuff like that, we're gonna try to put it up here. But we'll open this up, we'll look at where we wanna go, we'll drill it, we'll tap it, and we'll put in the air fitting, and then we gotta run the air line down from the diff into there because it's an air locker. All right, so I just saw something I've never seen before. I know Caleb knows about it, he was talking about them. But Skyjacker makes their own limit straps now. That's a pretty nice piece.
Yeah, they make all different sizes. You can call them up, 14, 12, 16s. I think they make 20s as well, but really, really good quality. They're triple, you know.
I can
Four.
verify
That's
in the
four.
20s. You know how I know? Because those are 20s.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're a good setup. I got them on my rig as well, and they've worked awesome, so good quality.
Things to note, anytime you mount one of these and you're gonna limit something, it will have stretch. Not right away when it's new, it's gonna be tight, but you want to be like 1/2 inch, 1 inch shorter than where you want it to end up eventually. And that's not for today, that's for, you know, a year down the line when you've been tugging on this thing on the trail.
I will say though, it's really awesome that Skyjacker does have those, because it really complements their shocks and their other suspension components when you're putting a bunch of your stuff on. Got the springs, shocks, and now those. It's just cool, you know. It's just great company.
And now they're making towers.
Yeah, they're starting to come out with the universal shock towers.
Oh.
They just started.
Where
on
were they
that.
6 months
Only,
ago?
only
I'm just
Evan
saying,
has them. They're making them
Evan's
like,
the only
what's
one.
going on?
Oh man,
You can see them on Evans LJ on UA. It'll be on UA this year. They're
now I gotta
really
build a
cool.
whole nother project.
Is when it either goes according to plan or changes the plan. Are you gonna now?
Just like that, it fits. All right, finally, I got my 2 last roll cage mounts in. Worked good. It cleared the tire. You know, the tire's really about down here. But anyway, I don't have to worry about any rubbing. That's done. And now I think I'm just gonna bring it down, get the seats out, and still got some little tabs to weld onto the cage. And you know, just little things like that, just trying to utilize my time as best I can while I got Kory and Caleb here. So I got 2 missions for them, is the axles, and it just helped me with some heavy lifting.
One thing to note when you're welding to cast, which this is cast steel, I believe. But when we do come in to do the rear truss, we're not so worried about this. This is always being clamped down by the U-bolt, so there's not too much upward stress on this guy. It's more on the U-bolts. But you'd want to heat this, and we'll heat the rear with a torch. We'll heat it up nice and warm. You want to get it up, I don't know, probably about like 3 something, right? Keep it warm, weld it, which is really going to help. Then you want to peen your welds. It's something Johnny Wood taught me. I'm sure people teach everybody all the time, but you want to hit it and kind of compress that metal down in there and relieve it. Otherwise, because this casting actually cools at a different rate from the steel and the filler wire that you're using, it'll crack and pull apart. And once it cracks, you can chase that crack all you want, but you're going to have to dig it out and redo it. So the main goal is then you wrap it with a fiberglass blanket you can get from Harbor Freight or wherever, and you want to keep that heat in there. Sometimes I'll even heat it again, wrap it, and then you just let it sit there. You come back the next day, it'll still be warm to the touch. Well, when Caleb's done over there, we're going to flip this back to where the pinion's pointing down so we can get under the cover and we can check out what's going on with where we want to put our air fitting, because our air fitting is blocked by the leaf spring over here. It comes straight out at the leaf spring. So we need to drill and tap a hole in the housing here where we can get to with a wrench to attach the air line that operates the differential, the locker. I think if I was going to be an axle manufacturer like Spicer, Dana, I would put like maybe just one screwdriver slot on a cast cover so I can get in there, try it out. You know? Just something, maybe like a slide hammer threaded hole, just to get something so I don't got to beat this thing with a mallet for the next 20 minutes. Took everything out, and now that the goal was to move our air fitting, and we're looking at about back here in the back wall.
Yeah, we were gonna put it like right here and then like cut this off, which it needs to be cut off anyways. But the guy holding the camera, Joe, was like, "Why don't you just put it over here?" And we're like, "Dude, stick the hole in the camera, all right? Let us come up with the good ideas."
Making us look
here.
bad, bro.
So, anyways, we're gonna go ahead and throw that fitting in. It's already like lunchtime. Joe's getting hungry over here. We're getting hungry, so we're going to go take a lunch break. And that means this episode's pretty much wrapped up. Thanks for watching. Kory, do your thing.
Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and leave a comment down in the bottom about what we did wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Again, thanks to all our sponsors. And today's like June 24th, I want to say. Yep. And there's like 72 days to UA. And
Coming up.
Yep, it's coming up fast. And this guy's got
Yeah.
a bitch in Cherokee to finish,
Yeah.
but where is he at? He's over here in California
Yeah.
helping me finish my
It's a little
rig.
ways away.
So,
He was also bringing Louis Vuitton out to the shop here so he
That's
can come
right.
wheel the Rubicon next month.
So anyways, thanks for watching, guys. We're going to get back to it. Catch you next time. I will say, they were on time this morning.
Yeah.
You know, breakfast was on the table. Everything was like,
Caleb was
so far so good. They've earned lunch, and then hopefully a dinner from Norma tonight.
Well, all I'm saying is Caleb woke up 3 hours early because his air mattress went flat. Yeah.
It's okay though. It's better sleeping on a piece of plywood. So
I woke up 8 hours early because somebody at 10 o'clock last night pulled in and was unloading their
V10.
V10 truck and making
Louis
noise.
Vuitton is a little bit loud.
Throwing straps around on the trailer, you know, you just gotta let them know you're here.